Hello, beautiful bookworms, and welcome to what I like to call slash a vlog slash just me giving my opinions on shit. Welcome to my bedroom, and welcome to I am here today with a lot of free time at night. So, what do I thought about doing? Sleeping? Nah, it's only like 9 p.m. And yes, I'm wearing this because I have a problem on my finger. But yeah, don't let it fool you. Do I wish to sleep? No. Am I dying in heat? Or not in heat, but in the overheat sensation that it is Porto at the moment. So what I decided to do is, today is actually a popular holiday eve. And everybody goes to the streets. Is St. John's. Everybody goes to the streets. Everybody goes to have, the time of their lives. But I don't like a lot of people and confusion. So I decided to just stay at home. And I was thinking, like, how could I turn this night into a productive night? And then it hit me. I can film myself rereading and reading for the first time the Price Manor series books that I have. And I've already read The House That Burns by Mike Salt, so it's going to be a reread. I already read The House That Bleeds by Jamie Stewart, a reread. But I have not read The House That Remains by Michael R. Goodwin, which is going to be a first time for me. And they're all around 100 pages, and since they were, re-released and rebranded into this gory beauty, I thought, why not bring to you guys one of the best haunted houses series for this crazy heat, since I am alone at the house and I really want to get spooked. So, what are these books about? These books are an indie horror series that's being put forth. They all have kind of like a similar premise, but all of the writers that are into and writing the series do it in a different way. So, it's called the Price Manor series because it all takes place around the Price Manor house. It's a haunted house where people, for a lot of reasons, get in and then cannot get out, or can they? And it's amazing. It's set in different timelines, it's set in different moments, and it's set with different characters, and all of the authors have their take on the house and its rooms, and everything that happens inside with the poor victims that get inside. I remember when I read them, I really loved The House That Burns, I really liked The House That Bleeds, and now I really want to see if The House That Remains is another one of my favorites, which I do believe that is going to be. I think that you guys, if you love haunted houses, should support this because it's indie authors and they're having a blast and they're doing just so crazy great things for the haunted house, lovers. But yeah, I'm going to reread first The House That Burns by Mike Salt. Really want to. So, The House That Burns by Mike Salt is the first one in the Price Manor series. I have already started, like 2 pages in. And this book starts with this family and their friends trying to escape a big forest fire that just is fucking up their houses, fucking up their neighborhood, fucking up everything, and they just want to go and save themselves. And in the middle of running away from all of this, they find a house in a place that there wasn't none, and they think that they see someone inside of the house, and because the fire is coming through, they kind of want to see what is going on. I don't remember, which is kind of great because I'm rereading this and there are things that I'm missing. I don't remember if they get into the house to save the person that is there because the fire is coming, or if they get into the house because the fire doesn't reach the house, and so they're like, we can get in here and be safe. But I do believe that they saw someone there before entering, and they entered because of it. I am not going to spoil the rest of the book for you. I am just going to make some non-spoilery commentaries on everything that is going on. Of course, I might mention oh no, somebody died. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but in case you don't want to hear anything about it. I have timestamps for which book I'm reading, when I'm kind of reviewing them, and when I'm just talking about them. I hope that future me remembers to do that. So you will be okay. You won't hear anything about that, but I will do my best for this to be non-spoiler, because I really want you guys to read this and just to see my reactions to it. I am going to have fun, I think, because there are things that I don't remember that well. I read a lot of books, but there are others that I remember, and I want to see if they're exactly like I remember, so very, very happy for this one. Whoa, super spooky. Sorry about that. I was just at the balcony watching some of they're known as St. John's balloons. People just light a balloon like on fire, those little, paper balloons, and they just send them on to St. John's, and it's pretty cool. Some people ask for a wish, some people just do it with friends to have fun, and I was watching them with my cat because I like to show him the good things of life. Talking about balloons on fire, I have started The House of Burns, and they are running away from a fire, so I mean, what could be more perfect than this? But yeah, I've only read like 12 pages. I'm on chapter 2. Loving it, loving it, loving it. I love how Mike Salt constructs characters. I'm already worried for those people, and it has been 12 pages. So yeah, cannot wait for them to enter the house. We'll let you know when they do. They entered the house! I just love it. I just love it. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. So we have 6 characters. We have our first couple, we have a second couple that are their best friends, and then we have a third couple, and they are their, loony neighbors. Yeah, I'm 22 pages in, just, I love this so much. There's been character development, and there's been dialogues, and they did saw someone at the house, and that's why they entered. I knew it. I was afraid I didn't remember it properly, but I did. So happy. I'm fucking loving it how I'm 30 pages in, and already some of the descriptions made me shit my face. It's so great. The presences, things that are in the house are just so creepy. I love it. It's just so great. It's so fucking great. I want more. I also love the little cliffhangers on the end of each chapter that Mike Salt does. They're just so creepy. I just read one right now where there's that trope where something touches you and you think it's someone, but it really isn't. It always gets me. I just love how Mike Salt built this beginning for the haunted house and how fucking creepy it is. He just unleashed himself. It's so great. Like 9 chapters in and so great. Something that is very scary about haunted houses is when they start to hunt you. Because when you get in and it's like, I have a bad feeling about this and something's not right and I'm maybe seeing things but I'm not sure, but then the house and the presence starts acting, that's when I get fucking scared. I mean, point to be made, these characters are not fucking stupid, because the first time that I start seeing that something doesn't fit, they're like, okay, we need the fucking door, let's just get out of here. The house just doesn't let them. The house is fucking smart. And all the presences inside. I really like it. Just the fact that I'm here fucking alone with just my cat, it's kind of getting to me. But I already know how this is going to end. I don't remember the precise moment where... I don't remember the precise moment where specific things happen. I am hoping that I can at least read this before sleeping today. And then I will start with the other 2. I was too greedy. I forgot that I need to run with my cat because he really likes to play, and I took some time to see St. John's balloons and stuff. So I'm a little bit behind, but I think I can still finish this before going to sleep. Um, Loving it as I did the first time. Um, One thing that I really enjoy is the character relationships and the way that some people don't really like other people, but other people really like other people. But when you're in a haunted house, it doesn't matter. You just want to survive. You know, the worst person is your best friend in this endeavor. Um, really like these dynamics, Del. Really like them. Price Manor series is one of the best haunted houses series at the moment, at the moment. Another great thing about great haunted houses stories is when people start to lose their shit inside. And there are examples of this here, not only by fear, but also in a somewhat possession kind of way. I think it's great when. Oh, little itch. I think it's great when the haunted houses just single handedly notice people's weaknesses and juggle with them and like scramble all of their brains. As a psychologist, I find this very interesting. Would not like it done to me because I have a lot of fears at a lot of moments in a lot of situations that are not that great. And this kind of worries me, but I really like to see it play out on a story. I have just reached the 100-page mark, 72 pages left, and I need to eat something. But yeah, like the pain that I'm already feeling, it stopped being funny a while ago, and it's just now being fucking painful. I just love the way that Mike Salt writes because honestly, he can get you obsessed with his characters. He can get you in their mindset, can get you to empathize with them, and then he just starts taking them out one by one. And man, I hate this dude, but I love him. You know? House That Burns was such a great start for the Price Manor series. Cannot wait to finish it and get to the second one. Hey, so it is next day, but I am almost finishing The House That Burns. And I love how one of the main things that you're supposed to do in this haunted house is, I'm not going to tell you why, but is to split, which is something that doesn't normally occur in horror movies. And they turned that shit in their heads with this series, and I love it. But with character splitting, more chance of people dying. Yeah. Super terrified for them, even though I know where this finishes. Oh no, it's the mannequins. I have an irrational fear of these things. Jesus. The ending of this is so fucking painful, but also so fucking great. I don't know if I cry or if I rage, to be honest, but I absolutely love this first book. It's something. This is an absolutely amazing book to start the Price Manor series with. I love Mike Salt's writing. This was actually the first thing that I've read of him. Now I do have a review for one of his other books, which I really enjoyed as well, and I was privy to read the first re-edition of that book. But I really like The House That Burns. I absolutely loved it. I think it could be a movie. It has all of the mixed of tension, horror, anxiety, and also love for the characters and just being preoccupied that something happens to them. The pacing is completely correct and fast-paced and amazing, and all of the terrible things that Mike Salt imagined are terrifying, and it's so cool to see like 6 people get in, how many will come out, or if anyone will come out, and it's just such an amazing start to the Price Manor series. So if you do have an opportunity, grab this one. Which leads us to the second book in the House Manor series, Price Manor, The House That Bleeds by Jamie Stewart. I have read more books by Jamie Stewart. I have one of his short story collections, and I have one of his novels, and I really like this. I like his writing style as well, and for some reason, I remember this less than The House That Burns. I remember some of the things, but I don't remember all of the characters, so I'm really happy that I'm going to reread this before going forward, since I felt like a new visit was meant to be, because for some reason, I forgot some of the things that happened here. I know that the imagery here was very powerful. I really like the cover as well, and so firstly, I'm going to put this as a reading on my Goodreads channel, and then I'm going to start. So as you're probably seeing, the light is going down pretty fast, but before I get into the Price Manor, The House That Bleeds, I just wanted to tell you a little bit of the setting of this. So it's not in current day situation, it is actually in Tula in 1883, and our main character is actually a priest, I think. Yeah, Father Alexander Nikolai. This one is a juicy ride as well. So yeah, when a mysterious house suddenly appears on the shores of Lake Silver, a house that shouldn't be and that 24 hours prior did not exist, Father Alexander Nikolai finds himself called upon to battle the forces that lurk on the fringes of reality. Inside this bizarre building, Alex uncovers revelations that make him question the very fabric of existence, revelations that, if employed right, might allow him to take revenge on those that he hates so vehemently. So our main character is kind of like anti-hero of sorts, and also maybe enthralled with the house a little bit too much. Let's just see how this goes. I am not going to spoil this again, as I've told you. But I might make some comments randomly through the duration of the reading. This one is actually a little bit shorter, so the first one is 172 pages, and this is 158, I believe, if I'm correct. Yes. So, very excited. It will probably go way faster than the other one. I seem to remember that the pacing of this was slower, so we will see how much I had read today. But I'm feeling pretty good about this, so I'm just going to start and see where it leads me. So there's a foreword by Spencer Hamilton, and I don't remember if the latest edition, well, the first edition that I've read of The House That Bleeds had this. If it did, I swiped it away from my memory. I don't know why, because I love Spencer Hamilton. He's the author of Welcome to Smileyland, Sister Funtime, and other books that I haven't read, but I really want to. He's like one of the best for me. And so I'm really happy to see what he has to say about Jamie, since Jamie is also great at what he does. And I just love that they're friends, you know, and they're working together. And it says here, he approached me with an idea that might just bring their house and my park at odds. And I'm like, what? I really want Spencer Hamilton to write a House That Smiles or something. Or, you know, something that has to do with Welcome to Smileyland, but in the Price Manor world. Oh, that would be so great. If any of you are watching this, please make this happen. But yeah, so I've just now read the foreword, and I'm going in full speed. There we go. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm not considering this a spoiler because it happens like in the first page, but I love how Alex is like this old man, like 64 years old, and people just find this fucking house and they call the priest, you know, because exorcise the damn thing, and he just goes there, and they're like, I hope you know what you're doing, and he's like, of course I don't know what I'm doing, and he's like, this isn't something they teach you at seminar. He's so sassy. I love this man so much. He's like, bitch, I don't know. I've never seen the house from hell before. How am I supposed to exorcise the bitch? I just love it. And they're all like, oh, you're a sorry excuse of a priest. And I'm like, do you want to do better? Do you want to try and see what this hell house is? Poor Alex. I mean, he's so fucked up, but he's so great. So great. I love when main characters are just extremely cool, you know. I'm remembering stuff as I'm starting to read. but I will just keep the faith and keep reading, because of course this is going to hurt me. Of course this is going to hurt me. But, you know, the Price Manor series, I think it's one of the greatest things being done in horror at the moment. I fully wish that I'd come up with this myself. Like, this is crazy. I would like to write a story for this. This is one of the greatest things ever. So I'm just going to read it and tell you my thoughts on it, which probably are going to be, this is amazing, because I'm rereading it and I know I really liked it. But, yeah, so the priest doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. I caught an Easter egg. And in the last one too, in The House That Burns, I got the name of an author that is going to write one more book for this series, and in this one I got one too. I am so happy that I'm getting the Easter eggs. At first read, I have to admit, I was just so enthralled with the stories that I didn't, well, some I did, but some I didn't. And Price Manor on itself is an Easter egg, but yeah. I love it. I love it. I really love it. Hello and good morning. I'm sorry about the way that I look, but I have slept. Oh, I slept well, but I haven't slept much. So yeah, but I have read 40 pages of The House That Bleeds by Jamie Stewart, and I just love how Jamie does his descriptions. Wow. Sorry. As I was saying, I just love how Jamie does his descriptions. I love that our main character is, in fact, our main character. God. So sorry. And everyone around him and everyone, and the only reason why this book kind of exists is because of his decisions and choices and the way that he sees the world. And I really enjoy, I'm still in his first walk through the house. And I just love all of the thematics regarding faith or no faith, and, you know, everything happening or that happened in his past, and how it is told to us, and how so sorry, and how the house takes advantage of it, and haunts him in a way. I have seen a lot of Easter eggs for authors that are going to still be writing this and this series, and I am so happy. I don't know why, but on the first reading, a lot of things failed me. And now they don't anymore. I think maybe because I know the story, I'm more attentive to the descriptions of it and not only to the action of it. I don't know, but I'm really enjoying it. It's definitely a good follow-up to The House That Burns. It's slower paced and it is more psychological in a way than The House That Burns, even though that one is great. So yeah, it's really good that they're two different things following up on each other. So I'm just going to read a little bit more, then I have to work a bit, and then possibly we'll pick this up again. I love how we get a lot of communication with the house in this one. I think it's pretty fun. I think it's pretty creepy as well. And I think it really marks the change between the book that came before to this one. So I have managed to reach page 50. I'm going to reach page 54 because it's a second part after that, and I'm just going to study next, and then I'll finish it whenever.
Give you my jacket, think I'm the perfect guy, barely know you, but all that's on my mind is the feeling of you and I get ahead of myself sometimes. How did one night become a whole damn week? All the red flags I didn't wanna see, now I'm questioning you and I way too ahead of myself sometimes. Wide awake, pretend I'm still asleep, feel so fake with you right next to me. We both know where this goes. I'm no good for you, and you know it too. Far away, pretend I'm still asleep. Feel so fake with you right next to me. We should say it out loud. There's no way in hell this works out. Should we face it, or should we just lie together? Lie together. Lie together. Give you my jacket, think I'm the perfect guy, barely know.
Hello, good morning. I am on page 90 and I haven't updated you at any point in time. I'm so sorry. But wow, I had forgotten some of the beautiful details of the descriptions and the way that Jamie Stewart writes emotions and characters and the design of everything around. It's just so incredible. I'm loving this book again. I am loving this. We have such strong indie authors in horror at the moment that it's a crime that more people don't know about them. So yeah, I plan to finish this one today and then get into the next one, but the part that I am now, I'm already starting to feel the feels because shit is going down. Shit is starting to go down. Oh, the beginning of chapter 10 has one of the most horrifying scenes. It's so well written. Like, the psychological fear in this is incredible. I really love The House That Bleeds. I cannot wait to read this scene again. It was so creepy the first time that I read it. So, I am finishing The House That Bleeds by Jamie Stewart. I had forgotten to tell you guys that there's actually a female love story in here, which is pretty nice. I love how the characters just come into themselves when they accept like their relationship and their feelings for one another. This one is fun though because I am not actively rooting for many characters. I'm just watching shit happen to them, but there are one or two of them that I think, oh no, they've come so far. Why are you hurting them? And I find very, very interesting how in The House That Burns by Mike Salt, most of the threats were threats that were in the house and had something to do with other people that had been there or with the creature that were inside. And in this case, it's the feelings and fears of the people that are inside of it that are being the problem. So I really like this type of writing style. I'm really liking this reread. And I'm almost finishing. I'm only 25 pages left from the ending, so I'm really hoping to do that right now so that I can start with The House That Remains. I don't remember the name of the third one. I will check. You will obviously see it in the vlog. So I'm sorry for the noise, but my mom is doing her gymnastics, and yeah. So, not too much to see here. I'm just going to keep on going with it and hoping to love it as I did the first time. I finished. Okay, it's on the other way around. I finished The House That Bleeds. It was as epic as it was the first time. I really, really enjoyed it, but I kind of feel like whilst the other one didn't actually have quite a happy ending, let's just say, but it was like a badass ending, and yeah, this one was just kind of happy, actually. I mean, somewhat. if you get into account all of the things that might be inferred after the ending. So this one is done, and now for the one that I've never read. So I just went and grabbed it, The House That Remains by Michael R. Goodwin. I only read a really, really short story by Michael Goodwin, which was called The Ritual, and I absolutely loved his writing style, so I'm so excited to see his take on the Price Manor. And in the back it says, set in a post-apocalyptic, not-so-distant future, 6 strangers find refuge from pillaging cannibals in an abandoned house. What they don't realize is that by going inside, they have awakened something far more dangerous than their pursuers, something that can only return to full strength by spilling the blood of its newfound inhabitants, something that will stop at nothing to survive. And I'm thinking, is this like directly the place where the house went after the last book? Because it would make sense that it had to recover of some shit. I don't know. Let's see how this goes. I am so excited. How many pages is this one? Let me see. Oh my god, this one is so short. 129. The others were bigger. But okay. Yeah. Let's get into it. Oh, okay, so I've just started, and we have a character that has been in therapy since he was very, very young, which for me as a psychologist is very interesting to like see how this is talked about and see why and the symptoms and what I could possibly, what could be the situation ailing this person. And it has mentioned difficulty to relax and compulsory behaviors, so I'm guessing either obsessive compulsive disorder or wow, I went somewhere for a second, or anxiety, or both. I shall see. Holy shit. I wasn't expecting the turn that it took. He was like describing, this is not a spoiler, it's like the 6th page. He was like describing the person and saying like he has been in therapy and he had to deal with whatever. And then it's like he had a breakdown, and I thought like an emotional breakdown or something. The dude stabbed 5 people. I'm laughing. It's not at all funny. And please, if you ever have the subways going through, sorry. Okay, as I was saying, if you ever have or know anyone that has necessity of undergoing therapy, it doesn't hurt, okay? And it's probably one of the best things you should do if you're feeling like this. Do not stop 5 people, no matter how much it might sound like a great getaway. 7:30 in the morning. Good morning, everybody. Not even the supermarket is open, but I am on the streets going to my physical therapy. So I just wanted to let you know that I've read 30 pages pretty much of The House That Remains yesterday. And even though I'm really enjoying the writing style, I just decided to take a moment to approach something. So do you remember the dude? What's happening with people poking their heads around me while I'm filming? So as I was saying, do you remember the dude that I was trying to understand what was wrong with him, because he had compulsive behaviors and he had anxiety and he had a breakdown and everything? The one that knifed 5 people because he was like, I had this mental breakdown because I couldn't take it anymore because there was not a lot of food and someone took like the bread that I was going to take, and I'm like, dude, same. Sometimes I feel it. But regarding like what was wrong with him, let's just not say wrong, because mental illness is not something that is wrong with you. It's like a situation that occurs in your brain. Like when somebody breaks a leg, it's not like what's wrong with you? Did you just break a leg, you know? So sorry about that expression. It was not the best, but and please in no way understand that I am giving the author like a bad moment because of this. I am really enjoying the book, and the fact of the matter is we're 30 pages in and already shit went down and it was disgusting and pretty great. So yeah, and now we have 5 people that are splitting up, which we know that in this house is not exactly a bad thing to do, splitting up. However, it always makes for more horror in this house and others. So his official diagnosis that was given to him by the medics apparently is that it was a psychopath with raging tendencies. And first of all, as it is my field of work, I think that whilst reading about things is really good in criticizing literature just for the sake of criticizing language and how stuff is written and everything is really good. However, I think that there's also some education that needs to go in the process. And first of all, there's no such thing as a psychopath with raging tendencies. It doesn't exist. Second of all, literature regarding psychopathy had first started as an illness, so something that you have or don't have, and it was a diagnosis. However, literature at the current moment, and in that part I insert myself as well because it's my area of expertise and investigation, is psychopathy. At the moment, psychopathy is considered as a personality, like a personality dimension that is filled with personality traits and that is kind of developed in a continuum in society. So it's not a matter of you're a psychopath and you're not. Too early for this shit, dude. But a situation of do you have high traits or low traits? You know, or in between. And it's normally divided in some dimensions. Some have to do with lack of impulse control, which could be more impulsive and aggressive people with psychopathic traits. But most of the people that have psychopathic traits also can have higher psychopathic traits regarding, you know, just boldness in a way that they have less anxiety than other people. They are better prepared for confrontation and stressful situations like accidents or firing people or something like that. And so there are normally the CEOs of companies or politicians or other people that, you know, have the capability of not giving a shit about others, let's just say. And so the media and like this book as well, but I mean, I don't blame the author specifically because the media has always portrayed people like serial killers and people that do horrible things as psychopaths, when most of the time people that have higher psychopathic traits don't actually punctuate on those levels, and so they're just people that are doing really well in life but don't have, you know, great relationships and don't have empathy, or, you know, are very manipulative people and not necessarily like people that just go and knife people around. So I think it's very important. Obviously I'm still going to read the book and I'm loving the writing style of it. I'm just calling this to attention to everyone that actually is watching this vlog, because I think it's very important that we understand something before we use it. And that's, you know, that's what I try to do, and I'm just trying to educate a little bit on this because, you know, it's something that gets very confused in movies and books and even in social media, like magazines, reports, TV, news and everything like that. People call psychopath left and right without actually understanding what it is. Obviously, I'm not here saying that is a prosocial behavior. It is not. Even though they can manipulate and kind of mask this thing, obviously their behaviors are antisocial normally. And even if they can, be a part of society, it doesn't mean that all of their behaviors are prosocial. So of course we take that into account, and of course doing interventions would be amazing. However, when someone is an adult doing a psychopathic intervention, just like therapy and education and everything, it doesn't work. So doing it possibly in childhood would be best, but it's still a field that we don't know a lot about, and that's why I get a little bit upset every time that I see it used in a way that is not supposed to be used in media, just confusing people even more about what it is and what they have to stay sharp for, because you probably will let yourself be manipulated by someone with higher psychopathic traits without noticing, because you're expecting someone that is raging and violent and crazy. So, hi, I am out of my physical therapy, and I've read more of this. I have read 74 pages of this book. I'm really, really enjoying it. It was actually quite fun because there are parts of it that apparently have, I'm not going to say the perspective of, but just something that has to do with the house itself and the way it develops and creates these terrible things and the way that it's haunted, and not exactly only with the characters that are part of it. So many people on the streets right now. I haven't done vlogs in a bit, so I'm kind of ashamed of being talking in the streets, but I just want to say that I'm really enjoying it. So I'm 70 pages in, and this is only 120, so I'm feeling pretty okay with finishing this today. Maybe post this tomorrow for like the last thing that I post in June. I don't know, we will see. But I really like Michael Goodwin's writing. There has been a lot of references to other authors that are going to appear in this series. There has been a lot of reference to situations that we have seen in The House That Burns and The House That Bleeds, but also to things that I'm pretty sure we are going to see in the next volumes of the series. There's actually one scene that I'm pretty sure that we are going to see in the next book that is going to come out. Because it has to do with the lipstick, and the cover of that book that is going to come out has a lipstick on it. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be that. There's also a reference to something that Spencer Hamilton, is that the word? Gosh, I forgot for a moment. Oh my god, but yeah, I think it is. And his take on the series, and it was just a happy moment for me, because I was like, holy shit, we're going to have a smiley land thing on Price Manor series, and I cannot wait, because it's also one of my favorite series, even though I only read 2 books of the series, and I know there's a short story that I'm missing, but so happy, really liking it. So here I am again at my room, and almost 80 pages in, basically 80 pages in, and wow. We had this interlude where kind of the question is, what's in a house? Specifically, obviously, a haunted house, but what's in a house? And I'm just going to say this line because it caught me. It doesn't spoil anything of the action, but it's an amazing line from the book itself, and it says something like, don't quote me directly, but it says something like, what's in a house, and it says what you bring with you. And that hit me way harder than anything else that I've read in the entirety of the series, because I'm getting tear-eyed. Because a house, and it talks a lot about a house and a home and the difference between it, and those are sort of things that I've been thinking about recently. What's a house? What's a home? And obviously, let's just say, between these four walls, which in my house there's more than four walls, but let's just ignore that. Between these four walls in a house, there's so much happening. The people that live there, the objects that they bring, the things that they build, the emotions that are seen. It's just, if these walls could talk, you know? And in this case, yes, it's a haunted house, but the walls talk. And this is a lot of psychological horror. Similar to Jamie Stewart's story, The House That Bleeds, actually, but with its own vein, with its own creativity, and actually it's hitting me way more emotionally than I was expecting, so I am really enjoying it. In 80 pages, being able to almost make me cry, not of horror, is a feat. So, Mr. Goodwin, we are liking it. I'm hoping to finish this today and post this tomorrow, maybe. We will see. Yeah, but I'm really loving it. I think it's a new, interesting take on what is going on in the house. And we see different things happening that are more connected to our characters themselves than to the actual things that the house can produce. So yeah, very intrigued to see where the ending goes. I'm starting to think, like, I'm on page 100, and I'm starting to think that no one of these 6 people will get out alive. And when I reach the end, I won't tell you if they got out alive or not. I'm just going to tell you. Sorry, I was just going to tell you if it was a sad ending or a somewhat hopeful ending. But I kind of have the feeling this is so fucking brutal. I cannot. Like, Mr. Goodwin. I need help. What is going on with this? Everyone, I don't know. I think everyone is gonna die. And if that's it, it's a fucking ballsy choice. Let me tell you. I will have to read to find out.
Give you my jacket, think I'm the perfect guy, barely know you, but all that's on my mind is the feeling of you and I get ahead of myself sometimes. How did one night become a whole damn week? All the red flags I didn't wanna see, now I'm questioning you and I way too ahead of myself sometimes. Wide awake, pretend I'm still asleep. Feel so fake with you right next to me. We should say it out loud. There's no way in hell this works out. Should we face it or should we just lie together? Lie together. Lie together. You were gone when I woke up in your bed for the first time. I took a real deep breath. I ignore all the warning signs. I just get way too attached sometimes. You're making coffee, but I'd rather have tea. Just one more thing, you don't know about me. I'll get back in your bed tonight. Let's just ignore all the warning signs. Wide awake, pretend I'm still asleep. Feel so fake with you too. We both know where this goes. I'm no good for you, and you know it too. Far away, pretend I'm still asleep. Feel so fake with you right next to me. We should say it out loud. There's no way in hell this works out. Should we face it, or should we just lie together? Lie together. Lie together. Give you my jacket, think I'm the perfect guy. Barely know you, but all that's on my mind is the feeling of you and I get ahead of myself sometimes. How did one night become a
Holy shit. I was not ready for this ending. Wow, I loved it. I loved it. I was starting to mildly understand what happened, and then bam, I was slapped in the face. Oh my god, I want to cry, but at the same time, what a great ending. What an amazing ending. I really loved The House That Remains as well. Ah, God, I really loved it. So this was the only book that I hadn't read of the three. The other two were rereads, so I kind of knew what to expect. And I filmed myself, if you noticed, reading the last 20 pages of the book. And I normally am not very expressive, but some things just surprised me a lot. And this was really gory. It was really gory, but it was also very psychologically intense. And I really like the in-depth character study that happened in here, and all of the things that we learned about the house and everything that happens inside of it. And that we had actual sort of perspectives on the house's way. Ah, I loved it. I cannot wait for the next one. The next one is going to be The House That Remembers by Kelly Brocklehurst. I think that's how you say her name. If it's not, I'm very sorry. And I cannot wait. The cover of that is gorgeous too. All of these covers are perfection. All of them. It has that feeling of nostalgic, but also creepy, but also great and beautiful. And if you want a haunted house series, what are you waiting for? Like, these people genuinely, and without having been paid to say this, are the best at writing horror, indie horror at the moment. They are just so creative. They're just so fucking great. I think that if you want to read horror in any way, it's not only a haunted house story, of course. It has a lot of different things that make the books individuals by themselves. It's great. It's a great series, and I cannot wait for the 4th installment of the series. I am so beyond myself with happiness that I was able to finally read this. Like, I have this for a long time, but I haven't read it yet. Incredible. I really need to get more books by Michael Goodwin. He looks great, but his writing, is amazing. So, yeah. And yeah, guys, so that's the end of the vlog. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I know that these books are not very known, but tell me in the comments down below if you know them or if you're hoping to give them a chance, because I really think you should. They're great. So that's going to be all for today, and happy readings to you all. Bye!